Hi, today I'm going to be talking to you about Pentart glass etching paste. It comes in 50 milliliter size in this box, and when you take it out, you'll also find a pair of gloves in the bottom and directions. You'll want to read through the directions carefully, and you want to make sure you wear your gloves because it is a chemical product. You're going to take off the lid and stir it with a wooden or plastic stick. You're going to want to stir it thoroughly. Don't use metal. You can use plastic or a wooden stick. This product can be used on glass or a mirror, and you will get actual etching into the glass or mirror. It can be used on colored glass or clear, and mostly it's used through a stencil, or if you tape off an area, it would be used between the tape. All right, set your stick aside. Put on your gloves. And I have a piece of mirror here with a stencil. You can use the stencils that are self-sticking, or you can use a spray that you could spray on the back of your stencil so it just sticks to your mirror or your glass, or just when you're using it, carefully hold it down so it doesn't move. You're going to want to make sure you clean your glass or mirror well so there's no fingerprints on it. You can use an alcohol product and make sure to clean it well. So I'm just going to use this floral stencil here on the bottom and then on the top. So I'm just going to place it in the middle, and you can apply the glass etching paste with either a plastic palette knife, not metal, or you can use a brush. If I'm using a brush, I like to use an older one. So I'm just going to hold this firmly in place and apply my paste through the stencil. You want to put it on pretty thick, and then we're going to remove the stencil and let it sit for approximately 30 minutes. You want to do it at least 30 minutes, not less. And then you'll get a beautiful etched image underneath. You want to make sure you've filled in all of your spaces. And then you can either leave this on for the 30 minutes, or you can take the stencil off. Okay, I'm going to take it off, and I'll clean my stencil under water. And after 30 minutes, I'll come back and we'll wipe this off and see what we have left. For this project, I'm going to use this pretty glass bottle. I've already cleaned it with the alcohol, and now I'm putting some self-stick stencils on here. And you just want to make sure you don't get your fingerprints on them, so press them down really well and use the paste. I don't need to stir it again because I just got done using it. The product has a bit of an odor to it, but not like typical solvent-based products. It's not really strong. So as I'm sitting here using it, I really don't even smell it. If I put my nose right up to it, then I'll get the smell. So same as before, I'm just going to spread it on and leave it for at least 30 minutes. And you just want to be careful not to go on the outside of the stencil. If you do, you have time to wipe it away with a wet cloth and it won't do any etching that quickly. So I'll spread it here on the bottom and then on the butterfly, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, it's been about 35 minutes, and what I'm going to do is take a wet paper towel and wipe it off. Or you could take it to the sink and wash it under running water so the paste comes off. And let me just dry it. And it left a beautiful rose imprint behind. I hope you can see that. It's a little hard to tell because of the camera. I'm going to do another one up here, and I'll show you that. And here's the bottle. I can take off the stencil here, or like I said, under the running water at the sink. I'll just wipe this one right here. You can see this. Came out really nice. If you have an old wine bottle that's brown or green, this looks really pretty on there. And if you put lights, fairy lights inside the bottle, it lights it up beautifully. Okay, so this is what the bottom looks like. But I'm going to wash this off and you'll be able to see it better. And here it is all washed off. If you can see the flower and the butterfly and the pretty design down here. I just wanted to take a little wax paste and see if it goes into the etching and therefore highlights it a little bit more. So this is gold antique paste from Pentart, and I'm just going to put it on the butterfly and see what happens. And wipe that away. That stayed in there a little bit. Let's try the antique. Let's try the wax paste. That might stick in there a little more. This is a little thicker. It's a little bit harder to wipe away. And I like that. Look at that. This stays in there. And yet you can wipe it off the glass. So you can definitely see that better. Let's try honey gold. Put this on the bottom one down here. Very pretty. And wipe that away. And it leaves a little bit of that behind. I think the gold came out a bit darker, but that's really pretty too. And let's do this flower. I have a rose gold. Let's see if that looks any different. If not, I would definitely just go with the gold wax paste. Oh, this is lovely. Wipe that back. Oh, that's really pretty. I hope you can see that on camera. Very pretty result from that. Definitely the gold shows up the best. The wax paste in gold. Let's go over this and see if it changes it. I like that a lot. Yeah, so I used that first and it's definitely the darkest. That's a lot of fun to play with. If you have an empty candle jar that you used up all the candle from the jar, you can take the jar and decorate it. Put fairy lights inside or another candle inside. This effect would look really pretty on a lantern, a glass lantern. You could take out the 4 glass pieces that are in there and do an effect with the glass etching paste, and then do the gold on top, and that would be really pretty. Okay, I did the same process to the top here, and I'm just going to wipe it off. You don't want to leave it too long because it will just harden on there too much. So I would say 30 to 40 minutes is really the most you would want to leave it on. After that, you might have a hard time wiping the paste off. Although it's probably easier to do it as I did with my other one, running it under the water in the sink. That's easier than paper towels. But for the video, I wanted you to see it. And that's how it looks. It's gorgeous. It's a really beautiful effect. So I will get better pictures of this so you can see it. It's hard to see with all the distractions in the camera. So if you have any questions, just let me know and I will help you answer them. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.